Good evening. You're watching i24 News here with the hour's headlines. British Prime Minister David Cameron hailed the EU renegotiation deal, saying it would allow for an early referendum on the UK's European Union membership. The measures relate to all 4 areas requested by the UK: economic governance, competitiveness, sovereignty, and social benefits. Cameron now faces the battle to persuade public as the offer is dramatically watered down by Brussels.
So what have we got in this document? What we've got is basically something I asked for, which is that people shouldn't be able to come here and get instant access to our in-work welfare system. We should end something for nothing. What is proposed is an emergency brake that means that we don't have to pay full rates of welfare for 4 years in the United Kingdom. Now, I was told I would never get a 4-year proposal, and yet that is what is in the document. We'll still be a full member of the things that matter to us, but we will never be in the single currency. That is not for us. We will never be in the Schengen no borders agreement. That is not for us. We're going to keep our borders. We're never going to sign up to things like a European army. We're never going to sign up to an ever closer union. We're going to make sure we maintain our independence as a country. So I think we will be able to argue we've got the best of both worlds.
And moving to the United States, Hillary Clinton declared victory early this morning in a razor-thin contest against Bernie Sanders in Iowa. But Democratic Party officials have not yet declared a winner. Officials in Polk County even resorted to a coin toss. ABC News has the story.
The Iowa Democratic Party is now calling the win for Hillary Clinton by a razor-thin margin. Initially, the race too close to call.
It looks like we are in a virtual tie.
In some precincts, a coin toss broke the delegate tie.
Tails.
The Clinton campaign saying this morning they won. But Clinton didn't officially declare victory in her speech. Instead, she took on the Republicans.
I will not let their divisiveness, their efforts to rip away the progress that we've made, be successful. So as I stand here tonight, breathing a big sigh of relief, thank you, Iowa.
By contrast, it was a decisive win for Ted Cruz.
Iowa has made clear to America and the world, morning is coming.
And Trump was gracious in his second-place finish.
Iowa, we love you. We thank you. I think I might come here and buy a farm. I love it, okay?
And just 1 point behind Trump's Marco Rubio, riding a wave of support.
For months, they told us because we offered too much optimism in a time of anger, we had no chance.
Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry spoke in Rome today, where he emphasized the role of leading nations in the fight against the Islamic State. Members of the global coalition to counter IS met in Rome to review their efforts to regain Syrian and Iraqi territory and curb Islamic State's influence.
Now, since coming together 16 months ago, that's when the coalition first started, our advances are clear. They are undeniable. We have launched nearly 10,000 airstrikes. We have interrupted their finance mechanisms. They've had to cut the salaries of their fighters. We've interrupted their capacity to get revenue by going after the oil sites. We are hammering their heavy weapons, their training camps, their infrastructures. With our air support, Iraqi and Syrian opposition forces, to their credit, have fought very courageously and successfully on the front lines.
Syrian peace talks officially kicked off in Geneva as the Syrian government delegation arrived earlier for the UN-brokered talks. The head of the Syrian government delegation, Bashar al-Jafari, said talks are still in an early stage and urged Syrian opposition to condemn the ongoing violence.
We are still in the preparatory phase of the indirect talks between the delegation of the Syrian Arab Republic and the delegations of the Syrian oppositions. If the second party really cared about Syrian blood, we expect them to issue a statement that condemns the terror attacks.
Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov spoke in Abu Dhabi, saying that while Russia agreed to the participation of 2 Syrian rebel groups in the EU-brokered peace talks, this does not deem them legitimate.
Their participation on an individual basis in the delegation formed at Riyadh meeting does not mean, and it is acknowledged by everyone, including our American colleagues as co-chairs of the Vienna process, does not mean any acknowledgement of Jaish al-Islam or Ahrar al-Sham as partners in the negotiations. This is our stance, and this is the same stance of many other parties in the international group in support of Syria, which consider Jaish al-Islam and Ahrar al-Sham as terrorist groups.
And in other world news, North Korea declares plans to launch an Earth observation satellite on a rocket. This according to the London-based International Maritime Organization. Planned for February, the rocket launch is likely to stir international outrage. The United Nations and other critics regard such tests as covers for banned long-range missile tests meant to further North Korea's nuclear and missile capabilities. Chinese travelers continue their journeys to reunite with family for the Chinese New Year as trains on the Shanghai-Hangzhou high-speed railway resumed services on Monday. Heavy snow in recent days has left nearly 90 trains delayed and about 100,000 passengers stranded. i24 News reporter Tamara Ziv has the story.
Harsh wintry weather conditions in China have interfered with the annual rush to get home for the Lunar Year. But passengers were happy to see that the trains were up and running again on Tuesday, after railway malfunctions left thousands stranded the day before. Affected by heavy snow in recent days, technical failures occurred at the Tongjiang section of the high-speed railway in East China's Zhejiang province on Monday.
The train schedule has changed 3 times. At the beginning it changed to 9, then to 10, and now it says the train is delayed and the schedule is not decided yet.
The 40-day travel frenzy surrounding the week-long holiday, which is often described as the world's biggest annual migration of people, began on January 24th and will last until March 3rd. According to traditional belief, each year is characterized by one of 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac. This year is Year of the Monkey.
In the animal kingdom, the monkey is a very mischievous creature. So every year of the monkey is quite chaotic, restless. Just like the monkey's personality, quite restless.
And we move back to the United States, where Bill Cosby's lawyers will try to persuade a Pennsylvania judge to throw out criminal charges of sexual assault against him. Cosby testified in a civil lawsuit filed against him under a deal reached in 2006 that assured he would not be prosecuted again for sexual assault. Dozens of women have accused the disgraced comedian of assaults. However, the prosecution brought by the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office is the only criminal case he has faced. And in entertainment news, British singer Adele rose back to the top of the weekly U.S. Billboard 200 album chart. The singer's record-breaking 25 continues to see strong sales 3 months after its release, with 116,000 total units sold in the past week alone. R&B star Rihanna's latest record, Anti, meanwhile, sold less than 500 copies after online music platform Tidal gave 1 million copies away for free in exchange for fan membership, making them ineligible for Billboard charts. And that's all the time we have. Join us again at the top of the hour for more breaking news and updates from the i24 News Desk. For anything else, you can find us online, i24news.tv, our Facebook page, and you're welcome to follow us on Twitter. Thank you for watching.